It was a Wednesday afternoon when Tim went into his room and locked the door. He didn't want his mother to burst out in the middle of the procedure. Earlier, at school, he heard from his friends about the Bloody Mary legend. Legend had it that if you said the name Bloody Mary 3 times in front of a mirror, she would appear and gouge out your eyes. Tim was not afraid of this legend. He was curious. He had long wanted to see a ghost or anything else that was supernatural. Nothing in the world would give him more pleasure than seeing a chair drag itself along or a ghost. So that afternoon he intended to say Bloody Mary 3 times in front of the mirror. Tim doubted that the specter of a woman could appear in the mirror. After locking the door, he went to the mirror, which was next to the wardrobe. He stood up straight and looked at his reflection, took a deep breath and said Bloody Mary. Tim noticed the bed in the mirror's reflection with the Spider-Man bedspread. He refocused on his reflection and said, Bloody Mary a second time. Tim felt his heart speed up. Was he scared? No, he couldn't falter. Nothing would happen. What nonsense to appear a woman in the mirror. If he believed that, he would be a coward for the rest of his life. Bloody Mary, Tim said, and his voice came out strange, as if someone other than him had said that name. He was shocked and saw his own pallor in the reflection. In the next second, which seemed like an eternity, Tim could only hear his heartbeat. The room, the house, the neighborhood, the entire world was just silence. Then, the noises of life came back. The sound of a car passing on the street, the barking in the distance, the thump of a hammer on some construction site, the noise of the washing machine. I knew it, Tim thought. Nothing happened. The young man felt a mixture of relief and frustration. Relief that no woman showed up to gouge his eyes out. Frustration for not seeing something from the other world. Tim shrugged and turned away from the mirror. He sat on the edge of the bed and took out his cell phone. He started playing a game. A few seconds later, he paused the game and looked to the side of the wardrobe. There was a woman standing in front of the mirror. Instead of eyes, the woman had 2 black holes in her face. At first, Tim smiled admiringly to see the spectrum. And he thought no one would believe him when he told what he saw. The woman raised her arms and showed her hands with fingers that were claws. It was here that Tim screamed. Rita, Tim's mother, was doing the laundry when she heard her son scream. She rushed to his room, but the door was locked. Tim was screaming, and his screams were of pain and suffering. Amidst the screams, Tim said, "Don't do that, please." Rita ran to the kitchen and got the spare key. She came running back. As she unlocked the door, she noticed her son was no longer screaming. Upon entering the room, she found the boy lying on his back on the floor. His face was all red. In place of eyes, there were only 2 black holes.
Subscribe to the channel Short Horror Stories in audio and share the horror with your friends.